Hello students, welcome once again to this channel. In this video series, we have been seeing the derivations of the first lesson, electric charges and fields in physics of CBSE board. This is the 9th derivation. Using Gauss theorem, obtain the expression for the electric field due to an infinitely large plane sheet. So let us have a close look at the diagram so that it will be able to derive the derivation easier. Here, this is the infinitely large plane sheet. It is positively charged. Now we are here to find the electric field at a point away from the sheet. So here I have taken a point P. Similarly, in this direction I have taken a point P dash. In order to find out the electric field at this point, I have considered a Gaussian surface in the form of a cylinder. So here is point P and here is point P dash. Join these 2 points, we'll get a straight line. Around that straight line, consider a Gaussian surface which will be in the form of a cylinder placed in the horizontal direction. Okay. Now in this cylinder we have got two surfaces, two circular surfaces here and here. In addition to that, we have got a curved surface like this. So in the surface P, I have taken the area vector. Consider this surface as dA. So the area vector is dA vector. As it is a positively charged sheet, the electric field is oriented in this direction. As you have already known that electric lines of force originate from positive charge and ends at negative charge. So the electric field is in this direction, outward direction. Similarly, in this case also, here is a small surface. Let it be dA. So the area vector is dA vector and the electric field is in this direction. So let us call this region as 1 and this curved surface region as 2 and this circular region as region 3. In region 1, E vector and dA vector are in the same direction, so the angle is 0. Similarly, in region 3, E vector and dA vector are in the same direction, so the angle is theta is equal to 0. But in the curved surface, we have taken a small surface. Let this surface be dA. So the area vector is dA vector. It is directing upwards. Even at this point, if we take the direction of the electric field, it is directing in this direction. So in this case, E vector and dA vector are perpendicular to each other, so the angle is 90 degree. Now let us move on to the derivation. Electric flux pi is equal to surface integral of E vector dot dA vector. So surface integral of E vector dot dA vector is equal to integration of E vector dot dA vector at region 1 and at region 2 and at region 3. We are supposed to calculate these three and sum it up and add it up, then we will get the value for this. In region 1 and 3, E vector and dA vector are in the same direction, So the angle theta is 0 degree. So in region 1, integration of E vector dot dA vector. E vector dot dA vector. So we'll get E dA cos theta. How do we get this? From mathematical vector formula, A vector dot B vector is equal to AB cos theta. Similarly here E dA cos theta. So in the next step, let us substitute the value for theta cos 0. Cos 0 value is 1. So integration of E dA. Then finally we get integration of E dA. Let us take the E out and integration of dA. dA is a small surface, so when we integrate it, we will get the total surface, the whole surface, of which this small area is a part. So when we integrate dA, we will get A, that is the area, the curved area of the cylinder. So here E into A. Similarly, for region 3 also, we will get the same result. E vector dot dA vector is equal to EA. The reason is, here also E vector and dA vector are in the same direction. So we will get the same value EA. Then, in region 2, E vector and dA vector are perpendicular to each other. So the angle is 90 degree. So integration of E vector dot dA vector, as usual, we write E dA cos theta. Then we substitute the value of theta. Okay. Now we get E dA cos 90 degree. Cos 90 degree is equal to 0. So we get 0. So let us substitute all the values for the three regions in the equation we have seen first. So we'll get surface integral of E vector dot dA vector is equal to EA for region 2 0, for region 3 again EA. So here in the next step, integration of E vector dot dA vector is equal to pi. I mean the electric flux. Here EA plus EA, 2EA. Let it be equation number 1. Then, according to Gauss law, we know that pi is equal to Q by epsilon naught. Let it be equation number 2. Here, the left hand sides are equal, so the right hand sides must be equal. So, from equations 1 and 2, we get 2EA is equal to Q by epsilon naught. Let it be equation number 3. Then we have studied about linear charge density, surface charge density and volume charge density. Here let us take surface charge density as we deal with surface charges. So surface charge density sigma is equal to Q by A, charge by area. Therefore, Q is equal to sigma into A. Let it be equation number 4. Now, substitute equation 4 in equation 3. It means in the place of Q, I am going to substitute sigma A. So we get 2EA is equal to sigma A by epsilon naught. AA get cancelled. So 2E is equal to sigma by epsilon naught. In the next step, therefore, E is equal to sigma by 2 epsilon naught. This is the expression for electric field for this derivation. With this session has come to an end. Let us continue our discussion in the next video. Don't forget to subscribe and share it with your friends and click the bell icon so that you get more notifications as and when we upload new videos.
Like, share and comment and subscribe our channel and click the bell button for more videos. Thank you.